So, hello everyone.
Hey.
My name is Landa Jacobs and I'll be the facilitator of this group. And this is self-care, adjusting to life through the pandemic, because I know we're all experiencing something new. And I want to help others try to lower their stress level and figure out ways to get through it. So my name is Landa Jacobs. I am a MSW student and I'm currently in my senior year and I'll be graduating in May. I put this group together again because I feel like this is a really big thing right now, and a lot of us have children in school and having to adjust to a new life, or it feels like a new life. Daycare is shutting down, school shutting down, learning on school, remote learning, and I even had classes myself that were canceled and had to be moved online, and I'm not a good online student at all, what I feel. So again, this group is focused on self-care, and I want to thank everyone for being here. Okay, so here is our agenda, and I'll try to pass one out each meeting for just a little guidelines on what we'll be going through and what we'll be focusing on. And I'll try, like I said, I'll try to do one every meeting, but if I don't, then at the beginning of every meeting, I'll just kind of touch on what we'll be going through the meeting. So before we get started, or before we go any farther, I want to touch on confidentiality. So this is a group, and between all of us, what you say here stays here. The only way I would have to kind of break that rule is if I feel like you were in harm for yourself or others, or if there was a child in danger, or if I was still by the court. Then I would have to break that confidentiality. But I do want to kind of let you know that because this is a group and not like one-on-one, I can't 100% guarantee confidentiality among group members. I can't say they won't leave here and go say your name and tell your business to somebody else. So just kind of uphold integrity through the group. Do unto others as you would want them to do to you, and stuff like that. And I don't think we'll have a problem. So, do you have any questions or comments so far? Mm-hmm. Is that okay with you for the confidentiality and stuff? Mm-hmm. Okay, do you understand the summons for the court and everything? Mm-hmm. Okay, so an overview of the group. This is going to be an open group. Open group means anybody can come, basically. There's no stipulations. It can be men, women, just whoever is going through something with the pandemic, which is everybody. There is no age requirement. I guess it would just be over the age of 18, of course. And you may come here tonight and see group members and come next week and not see the same group members. So that's just something I wanted to let you know. And we'll be meeting for 8 weeks. So we'll have 8 meetings every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and they'll last about an hour and a half. Okay, any questions? Okay, so again, I'm going to go over an overview of our group in more detail, because I kind of want you to get a better understanding of what self-care is and why it's important. So our group focus will be learning self-care techniques that work best for us, because what works for you might not work for her, what works for her might not work for you, and mine might be different. And this is an educational group, so it will focus on teaching skills that we learn in practicing self-care. So an educational group, we're all here to learn about the same thing. And mental health is very important. Mental health has shown so far that mental health has declined in a lot of people because of the pandemic and stuff. And we have a lot going on. And there's been a lot more mental health cases and mental health referrals because of the pandemic, and people just not knowing what to do with themselves. So COVID has impacted all families in different ways, and self-care can help you better cope with stress and prioritize what's important to you. You must first learn to take care of yourself before you can take care of others. That's a big thing. Like, I just feel like you have to know how to take care of yourself before you can efficiently take care of someone else. Self-care requires effort and may bring up some good and bad feelings. You may find some feelings of shame and guilt coming up. And I want you to know that if you do start to feel uncomfortable at any point in time, no matter what we're discussing, let me know. Okay. Please let me know, again, if you have any thoughts or concerns, any ideations about suicide or anything, because a lot of people don't understand how important self-care is and how COVID is really impacting our day-to-day life. Self-care requires you to listen to yourself, your body, your mind, and your feelings. And I hope that you're able to walk away from here or from this group at the end at our 8-week session and have a better mindset and a lower stress level. So next, I want to talk about group rules. And I don't want to implement group rules. I want everybody's input on group rules. So let's say, if you're having a conversation with someone, what do you feel is most important?
Positive feedback.
Yeah, positive feedback.
And I would say eye contact, listening. Listening is important.
Not interrupting.
Yes, because not interrupting is a big one, because a lot of times we find that there's someone in the group that kind of overdoes it, and you could be talking and somebody butt in, and it's kind of a respect thing. Is that it?
Give everybody an equal chance to talk.
Sure.
Don't take the whole title.
And that's because you say we have an hour and a half, and you got somebody that starts talking and they're talking for 10 minutes, you know? That's a big one too. So do y'all agree on these? And as we go, we'll probably add more rules as things happen, because my biggest thing is eye contact and timeliness. Don't come in late, show up on time, respect others, and listen. Show empathy, because we're all here for the same reason. Okay, so I also want to touch on norms, and group norms are very important. They're kind of like the rules, but they're only a norm if they are kind of voted on by majority of the group. And what would you say is a norm for you? Describe norm or define norm.
Something regular, like something you know to do.
Yeah. Would you say the same? Okay. So most norms are universal, and they are what is expected by group members, like the way you dress, the way you come. You don't want to just walk in the door and you're dressed like you rolled out of bed. You know, that's kind of a norm to me. But some other examples will be being honest and open, of course, because if I tell you something and I'm trusting you, then I expect you to do the same. And if I'm telling you something, then why wouldn't you tell me something too, so I could kind of build a trust with you. Be self-disclosing, and reciprocity, which is if someone does something kind for you, kind of return the favor, do something kind for them. Fair play, don't lie, and stuff like that. Don't lie and don't cheat, I would say. Social responsibility and shared airtime, which is what we talked about in our rules. Give people time to talk, give people to explain their situation, and don't kind of keep interrupting. So, any questions so far? Okay. So first, we're going to go around and introduce ourselves. This will be kind of our icebreaker. And then I want you to tell me something interesting about you and a superpower that you wish you had and why. So I'll go first. My name is Landa Jacobs. I kind of introduced myself at the beginning, so I won't do that again. So something interesting about me is I love to ride four-wheelers and camp with my boys. I'm not a girly girl. I've never been a girly girl. And a superpower that I wish I had was healing capabilities, healing hands, because I feel like some people, well, everybody that suffers, even children is my big focus, Children shouldn't have to suffer at a young age. They should be able to play and have fun, be a kid while we're a kid. And it just isn't fair for me in my eyes that children are short-lived with cancer and have all this stuff going on with them. So that's just my input on it, and I'll go around and I'll start with you.
So my name is Jessica. I have a 1-year-old daughter named Emma. She's about to hit them terrible twos. I believe she's already in the terrible twos. My husband's name is Andrew, and an interesting fact about me is I like to ride him on his big trucks when he goes over the road and stuff. And that wish is about to lead to my superpower. I wish I could fly because I could see the world in one day. It interests me to travel and see the world and learn new things. I am a girly girl, but I can switch it up and be country too at the same time. And that's pretty much it.
So he drives transfer trucks, and you like to,
Right.
yeah, I done that with my daddy a lot when I was younger. Okay, your turn.
Okay, my name's Taylor, and an interesting thing about me is I love to cook. I love I love anything that just interests me. I love to try new things because I really need to get out of my comfort zone. I have a 1-year-old son. His name's Buchanan, and it's just been a lot of my life, him coming along and everything. And if I could have one superpower, it would be, I think, invisibility. I think that would just be interesting to have a superpower like that to be fun with.
Yeah, I think we all want to be invisible at one point in our life with a little superhero cape when we grow up and stuff. So both of y'all have 1-year-olds? Do you know each other?
From high school.
Yeah.
Okay. Are their birthdays around the same?
His is June.
Emma's is December 31st.
Oh.
A New
Okay.
Year's Eve baby.
So, being that you have children and you are in school, I know that must be what brought you to this group maybe. So the next thing we will discuss is how COVID has impacted you. It doesn't have to be in general, it doesn't have to be specific, it can, whatever. However you feel like it has impacted you in any kind of little detail. And anyone can go first, it doesn't matter.
Okay, COVID is just, I hate that it's impacted school. I was really excited about my senior year being in my program, and a lot of my classes have been online, and I only go to class 1 day a week, and it can be really hard to be motivated to get your schoolwork done and do reading and just assignments, and like financially finding a job's been hard, and it's just I actually did have a family member get sick, and that was really scary, and we've just been worried about my elders in my family because they already have like respiratory problems, and with this virus coming around, it's really scary. So it's just been a tough time.
Yeah, and it can be scary for a lot of people, especially if do you have a lot of elders in the family? Yeah, and it's known for the respiratory issues and stuff. Yeah. Has anyone been tested?
Yeah. My sister, she was actually in her program, nursing program, and a lot of her students around her got tested, and some of them came positive, some of them weren't. So it was really scary.
Yeah, and is your sister around you a lot with your 1-year-old?
Yeah, no,
So I know it probably scared you. Yeah, I get that. It's really tough on all of us.
Like COVID messed my life up a lot. My senior year too, and I'm in my last semester, my internship. I really wanted to do it at the hospital, but because of COVID, I couldn't. So I'm at a new place, which I'm learning to love too. It's interesting. But I still wanted to put Emma in daycare while I was in my internship and treat it like a full-time job. So when I really did get a job, she would already be on the routine, and I wouldn't have to really worry about it.
Yeah.
So now I'm gonna have to worry when I do get a job putting her in daycare and finding the right daycare. And then if COVID's still around, I'm gonna have to worry about her getting COVID, being around different kids and all that stuff. It's impacted like my schooling. I feel like I don't have a lot of interaction, and then you go to school for 4 years to you might still have to walk across the stage, like drive through.
Yep.
So that sucks. And
Well, maybe through this group, both of you can find some kind of sense of easement, I guess, and knowing that things are different, but it doesn't change the fact that you're still doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're still going to school. You're still going to get your degree. So if you graduate December, you graduate May. Yeah, it can be tough. But just keep a positive mindset, and we will get through it. And I hope I can find some self-care techniques for all of us, really, to help us with stress, because I think stress would be described both situations. So for me, COVID has impacted my life drastically. I also have kids. I have 3 of them who are in school. I am trying to work from home, and I'm in school with my MSW, plus them 3 being on their school and an internship. So it's really tough, and I get it, believe me. So as far as expectations from the group, expectations from the group. So what I expect from, I want to do expectations from the group that you guys expect, expectations you have for me, and I'll give expectations that I expect from all the group members. So I'll go first, since y'all just went first on that one. So the expectations from you that I expect is to get along, of course. I don't like little bickering, and if you do have a problem outside of the group, come let me know before group starts or whatever. And I will also have my contact information down at the bottom of the sheets. Contact me anytime. And also respect. Respect is a big thing. Stay on task. I know a lot of times it's easy for somebody to start talking and rambling, because I do it myself, and to just get off topic and not remember anything, or not even remember what the question was. I do it a lot. Another thing is participation. I am big on participation, and being that this is an educational group, I expect at least 99% participation, because that's what's going to help us learn. That's what's going to help us follow through with these techniques and get everything done. Okay? Any questions so far? Okay, so you can do them both together instead of just doing separate. So what are your expectations from the group and from me?
Be able to come here and express how I'm feeling, to actually get a load taken off my shoulders here, because sometimes you can't do that at home, and not be judged on what I'm saying or what I tell about.
Yes. And you will not be judged from anyone, group members. I don't like judging. I don't agree with it. So if you have any comments and you're thinking it's judgment in your head, don't say it. Maybe come to me later on and ask me about it or whatever. But this is a safe place. I want you to feel comfortable. I want you to feel like you can express and tell me anything in this world that you can't tell anybody else, okay?
Just to add what y'all was saying, make this feel safe and just a positive place to be at, and learn what we're supposed to learn from this group.
Yeah. So what you're going to learn from this group, I feel like I'm definitely going to hit on self-care strategies and techniques, because that's my big thing that I've said like 4 times already. And also give resources. As I come across resources, like maybe some YouTube videos or something that I feel would help you guys, I'll send you that information, or we can watch it on a session or something. And I also want to be able to relate to each group member, because I feel like relating to what you guys have going on and the group, it kind of helps build a rapport and the trust and relationships that I need with you, so we can talk and be truthful and honest with each other. Okay, any questions so far? And again, I want to reiterate, this is a safe space for you, and I do want you to feel comfortable coming here. And if at any time you feel like the atmosphere has changed in any kind of way, or for any reason, let me know. So we are about to wrap things up, And I just want to say again, we'll be meeting on Tuesday nights for 8 weeks at 6 or 6:30. Let me get it down for y'all. 6 o'clock for about an hour and a half. And like I said about the time, if you feel like you're going to be late or something, just kind of give me a call, let me know what's going on, but try not to make it a habit. So what I want to send you home with is go home and kind of, if you do have a technique that you feel helps you, because I like to clean. When I'm stressed, I clean. It takes my mind off of it. If you do have a technique, kind of jot it down, and over the next week till we meet again, see how doing it at least one time a day helps and how it changes, okay? And let me know, and we'll discuss that in our next group. So again, this first session was kind of just an overview and an intro to the meeting and what we'll be doing, kind of establishing the group rules, group norms, the goals of the group. And the goal would be, you know, finding the actual self-care techniques to help us and show an increase in our mindset, I guess, or positive thinking and stuff. And so be prepared for the next meeting to engage in group activities, because I'll come here with an activity for us to do. It'll be something simple and I'll have everything you need, but just be prepared to participate a lot, okay? So now I just want to open it up to questions, comments, concerns. No? Okay, so again, my number is on the bottom of the sheets, and please feel free to reach out to me if you need anything at all, okay? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.